Hello, so I'm making another tinnitus video. I saw some comments, I believe from Kara, and just saying how she feels hopeful after watching my videos, knowing that it's going to take some time, but the sound that she's experiencing that's so tormenting is something that she can get to a better place. And so many people on this channel, if you read the comments over the course of time, have reported exactly that they were having a really extreme dilemma in their life. The tinnitus was tormenting them. They felt hopeless, and then they got better. It's kind of like, I hate to say that it maybe for most people it never goes away. That's the bad news, but there's really good news, is that you reach a point where you don't think about it anymore. And when you are being tormented by a tinnitus, it seems like that would be absolutely impossible. How could this sound continue to exist in your head or wherever it is, and you be okay with it and not notice it? It seems like it would be impossible. But people have learned to do it. I think it's not just learning. The brain also just slowly adjusts, habituates. So, but I have provided a lot of videos in the past about training you to get past the difficult time. And just a quick synopsis of that is I might expound on it a little bit, but you first go to the doctor, have them check your ears, have them check your health, make sure you're safe, you're not about to die. That's a good feeling to know. You're not about to die, okay? But confirm that with the doctor. Most likely you're not. So then, why do that? Just because we want to appeal to your subconscious brain through your conscious brain. So your subconscious brain is in this state where your conscious brain really wants to solve this problem. It wants to make the sound go away. It's not going away. So then you're stressed, and then you get these chemical reactions in your body produced by your subconscious brain that, what does the subconscious brain do? It controls sleep and heart rate and eating and all these things, and it sends out chemistry to make you feel happy or sad or nervous or all kinds of things like that. So we're trying to appeal to that by saying, hey, look, you're not going to die, you're okay. And that's just one little sliver of something that helps to get your conscious and subconscious brain to start to settle down and say, okay, I know I'm not going to die. That's step number one. And then the next step is going to be things to trick your brain out of thinking about it. One of the main things is having background noises. I've got an air conditioner on right now, but 3 years in, even in a very quiet room, no problem. But finding like YouTube videos where it's like the sound of a waterfall or the shower or birds, anything that maybe will distract you, or maybe a sound that's very similar to the one that you have, can help you to not be able to quite hear it very well. If you keep thinking about it, obviously, you're going to keep hearing it. So this is one thing to help you kind of make it a little easier not to think about it, is having the background noise. I don't have any big comments about like how loud the background noise should be or anything. Obviously, it shouldn't be super loud where it would damage your ears. But other than that, play whatever you want, whatever makes you be able to not think about it as easily. And then that should do a lot over the course of a few weeks, sometimes faster than that. And then the next bigger thing, which I think is great training for life, not just for tinnitus. Sometimes I have to say thank you, tinnitus, for the training you have been giving me. I needed that. But the training is to learn to focus on something. So you are hyper focused on the sound if you're really being tormented by tinnitus. So you have to choose some activities. It might be reading a book. And, when you look at a book, you have line by line and you're reading each word in the book. And you're trying to get your brain going through each word and hearing it in your mind, the each word. And this is focusing on what you're reading. I remember when I tried this exercise, I was reading Harry Potter, about number 3, and I couldn't really quite grasp the story very well because I kept thinking about the sound, but I was like, okay, but I'm going to keep reading, and I'll go through each sentence word by word, say each word. I even spoke aloud sometimes. And what am I doing? I'm trying to just get my thoughts focused on something and keep doing that. I remember memorizing some lyrics to a song. I remember studying Chinese. I remember playing the game solitaire again and again. That wasn't my favorite thing, but it was something I would do just to try to, I've got to win this game of solitaire, and so I'm going to keep playing, playing chess online, doing some exercise. But really anything where your brain has to get in there and focus in order to finish that task. Oh, and I did drawing. That was great. I bought colored pencils and pens and paper and found some cheap, right? I mean, if you can buy it cheap. And I looked at YouTube videos where they taught me how to draw things, or sometimes I just copied things I saw. And I wasn't very much of an artist, but drawing is something where it's a little bit creative. It also just requires you to think about what you're drawing, so just all these things that you can do to try to get your brain to think about something else besides the tinnitus. And at first it can be quite daunting to try to do that because it's always there and it won't go away. But, even now, 3 years and some odd, later, I still sometimes have trouble focusing. And as I make this video and tell you, I want to go do some of those things too, because I want to improve my ability to focus. So tinnitus may be your greatest teacher to teach you how to focus, because you're going to have to learn to start thinking about other things. But the great news about that is this is kind of like the third step, isn't it? You have the check the doctor, then the background noises, and then doing some activities. But this can be one of the greatest things when you can get your brain trained to focus on doing something. And the good news, I didn't want to leave that out, was that as you get better at it, your brain will start to tune out the tinnitus more and more, where you're not thinking about it. And it will be a lot easier to focus than it is right at first when you're trying to break through. So that's what I was talking about, reading the word by word by word or sentence by sentence in the book, is that's sort of the beginning step of just fighting to focus on something. Draw the drawing. I do a drawing every night for 30 minutes or so. Just fighting to get to where you focus on something other than the sound. And that can be quite the challenge, but if you keep fighting the fight, you should get better at doing that. And I should correct my language a little bit, because fighting can be sort of a negative word. But if you accept the challenge and you keep doing it again and again, you can get better. Yeah. So anyways, that is my video for today. I hope you liked it. I hope it helps you. I hope you will be hopeful that you can get into a better space in your brain, and the sound will be something that you don't think about so much. It's like that for me. It's like that for so many people. If you look at the comments on this channel over the last 3 years, lots of people experience the same thing. It's going to be that way for you, and I look forward to hearing from you and hearing your comments that you also have been making some progress. Okay, see you.